This time naman, we're going to watch and magre-react si Nicole sa kanyang performance. Here we go. So when you were, she got called, pang ilan ba siya?
I think
Second
la-
to last.
second to the
Second
last.
to last. I
Magkasunod
remember.
kayo.
I came right before you. I
Yeah,
remember
sunod
because
sila.
I was like, yay!
Makasunod sila.
So when they already called, parang this half, almost half of the, I mean, more than half of the spots were filled already.
What were you feeling?
I was just trying to take the whole situation in because prior to the opening number, I was talking with Joanna Day and I told her like I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. I'm nervous. Can we go outside and pray? So backstage there's actually this huge statue of the cross and we were asking the people there like can we please just go because they were like no we can't use a CR anymore, it's about to start this and that, and we're like we just want to pray real quick. And they're like oh okay sure. And so after I poured my heart and soul into that, I felt much lighter, like a weight has been lifted, and it's a similar feeling that I have felt before, which was back in 2019 during Sinulog. And so by opening production, by a lot of the segments, I felt more at ease than I thought I was going to be. So I was sort of in this floating state while waiting, and I was happy with where I was. Not too nervous, not too full of it either. Just happy.
Grabe, no?
Actually,
Talagang,
Nicole, no? Kung ako yung di pa ako tinatawag, tas last two na lang, Diyos ko, siguro nervous rin ako. Pero parang chill mo pa rin.
And to be honest with you, I wasn't keeping track of how many there were left. I was just like one, two.
You just knew na hindi ka pa tinatawag. You just knew na
Yeah, I
you weren't
just feel
called
like
yet.
just wait for my name. The name's gonna go. You don't have faith.
let's go through the swimsuit and evening gown. Kasi ito rin, maraming nagsasabi, she looked like, ano daw, Marian Rivera. Yung, oo, diba?
Sana all.
Sana all talaga.
Na masabihan ka mukha ni Marian Rivera. Opak.
Oh my.
Pinractice din yung pagtanggal nung ano.
No, I think we had like maybe one time
To practice.
to practice. Maybe how many? I don't remember, but it wasn't enough times because the cape this year was different compared
from
to
last year.
last year's, or like the usual pageants where like it's usually
Just-
a scarf,
Yep, a
right?
scarf. Mhm.
Well, this was longer. It felt more like a blanket, and it even had like this this
Yep.
tie up here. So I was really nervous about the swimsuit, given that when I tried to practice with it, I tripped on it because of how long it was. So I had to ensure that I wasn't going to trip, and I was going to ensure that I could take it off. And based on my performance there, I always see room for improvement in everything in my life. So I'm looking at it like I could have done this better, could have done that better. I kind of wish I had more bounce to it,
Pero nanalo
more
ka,
like.
you won. So obviously you did good. So obviously you did good.
Thank you. I do wish that the untying at the center was more, like, yeah,
Wow.
because it got stuck while I was taking it off, and I was like, uh-oh.
Hindi naman halata, no?
Thank you.
Hindi naman halata.
I'm happy that it wasn't halata.
How about the evening gown? Kasi, what was that practice also?
The evening gown was made by Mel Maria, right?
Yes,
Yep, Mel
yes,
Maria.
and thanks, shout out to Mama Mikey and Tito Jim for for helping me out on this one as well. They, together with Sir Louis, they gave me suggestions on how to proceed on this one, And luckily for me, with evening gown, I could go as slow as I want. Versus with the swimsuit where there was the time, and you could see them rushing you, like, go, go, go to the other side. I'm just like, you know. But with evening gown, I wish I had taken more time on this.
Did you get input? Did you provide inputs on how your gown's going to be? I mean, yung design ng gown.
I just told them I wanted something asymmetrical, and I wanted it to be like lavender. But this one turned out much lighter. It was more of a lilac. And I wasn't expecting for it to be beaded because my designer, Mel Maria, is actually known for using more solid, like solid material in making gowns. And, you know, it's very sentimental to me because she has done many, if not all, of my winning gowns in the past. So this was outside of both our comfort zones.
May
It was-
reveal din, no? You have a reveal.
I felt like I was holding a scarf, and I'm just like,
Okay.
man.
Sige. Let's go to the Q&A portion. You were asked to rate yourself, diba? From 1 to 10 as a good citizen. You gave a good 8. And you mentioned that there's so much for you to learn pa. Do you have anything specific that you would wanted to know more about to be a better Filipino, a better citizen?
More of our history, I would say. There's so much that's missing, and there's so many perspectives on how to take on it. So I wish I knew more about our history and the empowered people who built our country.
Grabe din kasi yung question and answer noon talaga.
Ako bibigyan ko sarili ko ng 10. Perfect ako eh. Joke. But I think that's what again clinched it for you, Nicole, because a lot of people actually like it na parang you said that there's room for improvement. And sinama mo pa yung audience, I want to do it with you. You brought in the audience with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now we're seeing the announcement. And Nicole, parang gulat na gulat ka. Parang talaga, parang hindi ka makapanin. What was going through your mind? Ayan, oh.
Yeah, I was to be honest, I wasn't getting special awards. I wasn't being called for other things. So while I was standing there, I was like having this internal conversation with God. Like if it's not mine, if it's not for me this year, I accept that. I'm happy with who I am, and I'll continue to do what I want to do.
Tapos biglang tinawag ka.
Yeah, all of a sudden, no. And I was just plummeted into this euphoric state. I didn't remember anything after that because I rewatched the video and you could see like Yana and Jasmine. They're saying congratulations to me, but I didn't remember that. Like, I just remember being like, oh my, and I remember looking around and
Tapos ang tagal pa niyang pumunta sa gitna.
like
Oh,
that's
it took time.
my number. That's me. And it's just pleasant surprise, the best the best news.
Yay. Grabe. Thank you, girls, for, reviewing